So you are able to put the two on a scale and weigh and know, say, one is very, very light.
Machika.
Oh, because his understanding is longevity no should give him the reason to be able to achieve something or attain success. What you say? Onim say otewo akonwa ne so a e na ebe ma na timi aye bibi. On how shallow na adwen ye. John Muhammad's case no peculiar. O say midin fie nan ayade a Akuffo Addo mfie nwatwi. When timi anya me de me ye animu mpo kwota. And it is true. It is true. John Muhammad mfie nan no Akuffo Addo cannot show, even in percentage terms, 10% of John Muhammad's achievements. Not.
What's happening another 4 years? Crack out 12 years.
Akuffo Addo 100 years. Nema John Muhammad 4 years. Ontimi and yet John Muhammad 4 years. But that. When I started talking about these things, people were like, I'm being exaggerative. What can I say? Me challenge the NDC say. Omonfa the 16 years under NDC no and you ma omo aye and putu a challenge to the MPP say ye die nie most more the way the MPP cannot show 10% makakes here 10% have been very magnanimous to the MPP. They cannot show 10% of achievements that NDC can boast of, say, they cannot. 8 years under Jerry John Mills, Mahama, 8 years under Mr. Jerry John Mills,
Johnny Van
Satta Mills, and Jerry John Rollins. 16 years, my boy. 8 years under Akuffo, plus 8 years under Akuffo Addo. Kwabra MDC bebu mu frim na da bia me kan this ahoden na ise na ntwie no ya na enya temni deal. I'm trying to let them know say uhu ahoden na nkwase ni te say Akuffo Addo emeche nkoto slaughterhouse enku
samane sa kenye se Akuffo Addo ambeye omampeni a for me abanya me sinka Ghana for ya appreciate John Dramani Mahama ni NDC da se Mahama every 2016 ano nya 4 years ni ka ho a ka me sinka Mahama se odi gold kra yes bi agana bia se yenkoso aka Ghana for ani so da but time and karma amene obi ehu the value of John Dramani Mahama. Under John Dramani Mahama, Bank of Ghana, 8 million faswa GBC hospital. I ne SCC ho. Ene under Akuffo Addo, Bank of Ghana, e boka, e BC da. E ka Bank of Ghana e boy just a year. So sinisika Mahama beji ye bosia obo ani mputujuma oye nyina Mahama skasa no was no 56 billion Ghana cedis for that 4 years. Mahama be president mputujuma oye akwan oyi schools osi hospitals market all this infrastructure Mahama building ye no 56 billion Ghana cedis. But under Akuffo Addo just a year afi ba kupe Bank of Ghana boka 60.1 billion. So sine dia Mahama di nyina. Under John Dramani Mahama, Cocoa Board was making profit. Cocoa Board didja enya mfaso syndicated loan. Ya moso na tse banks no bia ready e discare ba. The last one man syndicated loan and this was about $2 billion. Cocoa Board timinya can be to the stand say under John Dramani Mahama no establish sa eye Cocoa Road infrastructure projects. Yan first can be nko Cocoa Roads. Yan ton no make for free. Yan mo bonuses. Yan mo free fertilizer. Ene under Akuffo Addo for the past 7 consecutive years to 8 years. Every year be a cocoa board boka.
Mama say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
You were till for aha PENDREAM TV mpacho. Onim say the news na talk for man the bro. News ya oba beti mpacho so wa dwen kire bia na so wa dwen kire fa. News bia ya present your platform we so for your voice note na fa send here. I was 0277 128777. The debate to PENDREAM FM so magana for nyina ti onka. Yenko ti en story the bro.
Bafo Kwara ma menche tiefo biom na menche amenu anuma bedwafo na me mo abaso se ne da bia me ye no no ye bansuna you were very loud on concern obi si me nya no but I wouldn't bother to waste my time because I know that you are a very diabolic person, but it's good to have one of your kind as a brother too. At least every mama who say me mama ton kotia mama try baby ameka kwabra ayi SSNIT asem na esi no enyam nwanwa kura, and the tonation of the letter no, you can see it from the character trait of Kofi Asante Bedier too, who I mean has been very arrogant since birth, and he has always tried to be where he ought not to have ever belonged. Sometimes you see him and you see a caricature of a sort trying to belong where he ought not to ever belong. So me, I'm not surprised. Like I've always said, I don't expect Akuffo Addo to make sense ever. I mean, it is natural that new personalities in life would not maybe subscribe to old because they think abeful. But say we're free a certain world bimu and our bedroom baby I drew ya and a son your we be a wound TB that won't be done a beyon me mehu nipa o ye dwe and a mehu nipa o ya homaso
umumbra
enti minim the two no bako or what it takes or the wherewithal, like or you're equipped or you're sophisticated and untino say onama with a certain finesse you can tell say oh we the akwedo we dwell a positive because or you're proud of the oil. Such people who are more even the journey mukra utimi say or wadibu or traits are a like ability nipa epe, but the oya hand time only be it in oya mayaka say hey Obi, and those are the people to say Kofi Asante Bedier you know or Chokrata no krana he makes it look as if say or no di na bufuo as a krata nim Kofi me na ye na yafo wadwuma Kofi, and it happens when you have a family taking a country to ransom. What you say? One family. And their friends, a criminal syndicate or Marfo, you know, they always try to look for persons that can best do work and pay. And when it was referenced, say where Japadie document in him, because I saw that book Emmanuel Omudibu Mino. The third point I am say, Kwabra. Me who be wo baby bebre like McCarthy canon. It's true say onim say omoye bi e wo GRA.
Last time I saw class.
I can say that on authority say Public Service Commission this lady ya omode na kotena GRA ho no. Kwabra oni first degree kra oni bi enye so wo bi. Onko school, onko university bia, te se Kofi Asante Bedier tu onko university bia, or find papa certificate, and or ko New York University, e de be a lawyer. Ubusa Kofi Asante Bedier tu say, show me your undergrad certificate. Only be. Ni papa wie school, e wo Legon ha 1979. Ni papa certificate o, and or they call New York University. At the age of 17, that time no, now wa boku or Prempeh College, we am ya pamono or ba akraka bleo, and also vacation classes or ya control your friend is saying remedial, and then also we omo pamono and offer papa certificate. No, they got New York University. Kwabra, he was awarded because they were surprised as to how come a 17-year-old boy will be holding an LLB certificate. Omo baba achire omo hu so say obi aya bebo achire say Kofi Asante ono so ni papa ni din di Kofi Asante o Kofi Asante certificate ya yampa say obi abewie school your friend Kofi Asante say an ofre he ni papa ene ni nyina the same name ni papa din di Kofi Asante ono so din di Kofi Asante anu no de tiwa wo so ye lawyer ni no Sama mi otiwe oni unim ni position kura no hold wo your friend is saying GRA hono support service division of the Ghana Revenue Authority.
But why you ma wache
there be omu ba ye no de ne kwose ho
onya adwuma GRA da
wonya adwuma me say unim kwabna apart from ono no there is another guy bia omu de na kwa sese omu de na ko easy ono so omde ne ba as a consultant ewo SEPS omde ne ko as a consultant no within a twinkle of an eye no omo esesa akwa na ye fe no ya kwache no sa akwa no ya kwache sese ya kwache ababe assistant commissioner in charge of IT. Yes, ono so ni di ni government payroll so Emma Auditor General's report 2021 actually say or the Omaika 537,200 and something. Is here. You have a criminal syndicate. If you have a president who is a criminal, Kofi Asante Bedieto, his secretary, a criminal, Gabriel Saotidako, a criminal, on crowd or your ex-convict. Your friend is saying Osafo Marfo, a criminal. Who teaches how to sell books that are not for sale? Who will sell fertilizer that are not for sale? Who will make that syndicator? Will no assessor judge for most criminals? And you make our package the court with criminals. And they have formed the syndicate just to rip the country Ghana off. That is all that they are about. They have not made these changes for any reason but to come and steal. Akakakra ho SSNIT ho no unim se SSNIT ya ketua nketenketia ya di ko SSNIT ho no eno no mo pesika na wia SSNIT were properties
ba bebreba o mo afei
kwabra
at least they should just forgive us.
Akuffo Addo papa ko no wa wia sika bebrebe o ko ene ba di ma o wie sa ton japade nyina die we sika so ni di o cocaine ya sika so ni di da we wia bebre wo cocaine ya ko do banti mesika se na mfama no asoneda wo cocaine wo man thousands is here wakwa about sika nasa sika so ni di sika bebrebe a wa wia no wo na be so Akuffo Addo se sika na so no unim ni konya agbo enti also support enti
those who know me know I've never
nti champagne na esi nanim na ani obobro boy na ntie no ko fori na ntie na no na mo no o wen sa be sa enti kwabna SSNIT crowd omo di acheyen oh di ama tufo oh ma di ama tufo bo because e ho crowd nipa na omo de ne ko ho no ebia na o qualify but GRA or minor revenue collection agency, the authority that takes revenue, yet the obia unqualified akwakotina honum what you honum as a support system no act no because Public Service Commission one ntimi kura mano your friend is saying recommendation letter Emma edru baby a na they were compelled say e was so mo catch GRA say omo pro before from la na omo envert no na omo ntimi try to qualify that person to go and take that responsibility. Eti me de enya me nwanwa kra but kwabra eyen to sre ena wo se nyina hu ye be studio ha ni akasa kasa o ye kura ebenya kompo se ye nyai kasa no na ya nkyere kwan e wo se ye de fa so a ena be ha yen me de I believe say this can never happen under John Mahama. So it got to a point yetimi appointee obi okay okujeto no time no ya free okujeto a qualified to be a minister, a deputy minister na our information me boy na mails and of information called education kwabra ye hu how a nipa twen omo no esi omo so omo makọ school omo certificate no wey oba wey oni certificate okọ school monikers okọ ukrom school monikers oba wey
any certificate
me say on call university da public service commission omo busa ne say school be na akọ e obo school bi din school omo ko e ni din.
Are you sure?
Yes. Only masters. Sa portfolio no service and support service no. The least you can have AOBA or what 10 years experience in accounting. Only be so obia nepo kunye me person manim go ase because se manim go ase amen kasa already should be Akuffo Addo enya holiday. On me prove to the world say or certificate. Oba no ye frɛ no Julie Esiam, Miss Julie Esiam. Uni nipa kra. Busuani o. Keno for ya tanua eyere no. Ni nua. Keno for ya ta ne yere no ni nua. No me na bet now.
Thank you.
Enti we
happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Huntor.
Accra.
Happy Monday.
Anyway.
So for Huntor.
But so for ready a Japadia portion, mama.
Mamentia a tea for near her for Ohima Messica. A way me chow 1 woman demolition army. Just Makati, I say.
Yeah. Chance we can just walk, bro. We are say or buy.
And I beat you. Me say, Mr. Plane ticket.
Yes, it was a chair call you.
Eddie Obey free America. Every chance Makati one crying. Hey, if you are told that.
Bo,
you can't watch on so back. A bit here, pa.
Chaze, what to Onia? Bam, right.
Coco.
Hey, or come here, Muamu. Could trim me.
Hey, Chaze,
America, Virginia.
Hey!
That's how a virgin. Babrunia didn't brand.
The old Yamama Becassim.
Yeah, but
my mama is casting me a question about question. Yes, we busa naira.
Okay.
And we are my cock or her name in the amount.
Okay.
Nana.
Sorry, I want to mean Kawano. Obi Ebusa, very important question. Unim say, Omrene Kotra, no, say only certificate, only appointment letter.
Yeah, I've heard that one. They haven't given him, given her appointment letter.
But why boss?
Yeah.
Nana, there are a Japadie document. A year Trimopa, Akuffo Addo ni na busuan boy ye said your mo pese omo ye Ghana. Ebra oma be oma mpanini oma mamu nyina akire no. Oko kratafa de kasafa de asie ho enie. Head no say adopted children. Nana adopted children ni financial institutions a no as a ownership no every Ghana ha. Or say these are the top banks in the local scene, which largely foreign ownership, that we will not be able to take controlling equity stake. However, we still need to wield substantial influence in their operations through leverage over key management personnel and some board members. The aim here is not necessarily direct financial contribution from these banks, but rather to assure funding for private businesses aligned with our cause. In the unlikely event our bloc is not in power, we could also count on them to make pronouncements that will influence public opinions against the ruling government. These adopted children include ABSA, EcoBank, GCB, Stanbic Bank, and Zenith Bank. And Tidomo say, only says our bank we see no mono. A buying shed we Ghana commercial bank in free moi. A buying shed new control. Nem do omo person me so omo person mo penetrate a realm. Na omunya influence ni say on person omo control. And the simple MPP a buying a year Akuffo Addo mono a chimufoni ni a buy moi. Ombe to me a use banks no. Ama say you are generate public opinion. It means you bet me they control the economy no. Said the be adom hwombe se betumi aka nti oba de ekasafa ya osafoma fo ba no ho a ho eye second paragraph no point 2 which is EcoBank or say EcoBank. We have two routes of entry into the institution. First is through SSNIT, which has a seat on the board of EcoBank Ghana by virtue of its shareholding. That seat is occupied by the Director General of SSNIT. In phase 2 of our agenda, Kofi Bosompem Osafo Marfo, who is a Deputy Director General of SSNIT, should be made the DG, that Director General, to give him the seat on the EcoBank Ghana board. Secondly, the wife of Ace Ankoma is the group head of commercial banking and a member of the executive management of the EcoBank group. Our intelligence is that both the role of the group CEO and the managing director of EcoBank Ghana will become vacant in the next 2 to 3 years. Nana has been advised to use all diplomatic avenues to support his Ankoma's wife to fill one of these impending vacancies. And he omode ya osafo Marfo bano ekwa so no Ghana SSNIT ewo shares ewo EcoBank. Na nipa na ono representing Ghana or influence no Director General of SSNIT. Ena ya osafo Marfo ba ena ye deputy enti nyo no so boss no no intimate na. Enti the second phase ni say ye be Director General fro na ya ma ya osafo Marfo ba no aba be ye Director General na ono na occupy that seat no ewo EcoBank na said ye be ya obenya influence on EcoBank. Na omatimi di agigi sika e dia finance omo eye businesses a omo operate in this country. Unlikely event say omo free aban mu a na omo use the same influence no e di aban ya beba no ani. So that is the agenda. Ena edem pepepe ajapade. Enti everything is calculated. Ya calculate and ya be do some pempenso a ya duro no. Enti so what say ya osafo Marfo ba no ba EcoBank for memamudie. Said ye onyankopon ka say asase nipa da sanya mugu asase so munu o otwease no a matamfo no na ne ato no so obremo no ne EcoBank memamudie enti de wo mu eno no banana de bia amekasa abato hu nsunsanso na nsunsanso no abi ne wo me saa openi no ho na yayi na die no emfa me ho na enkame coat ena enkame shirt bisanse na mo aye nwe yemfa ye senche eye abekronsa omunyina eye abusua omunyina eye abusua enti kwa be fa so yi na die say be the text message.
One of the top staff of SSNIT texts me here or say the staff is happy say ye Bakono because even though we but he's better than Bakono. Okay.
Bien. Tell emfa me ho I say could be inso ta petampe inso ta petampe e be kronsa ehia me saa nemom ensunsuaso a wa bato so ampese Ghana for atiase ne say under John Dramani Mahama NDC open state institutions are na financially omoye strong ejina omo na so ewo sika fam na SSNIT eka ho papa.
Okay. Bamim wow. Unse Josephina Anan Ankuma appointed as new MD for EcoBank.
Why? And Thomas secure.
Omo appointed in Dabe.
This is Kenya.
I say.
Omo did go Kenya.
Yeah, Kenya.
EcoBank Africa.
To Bintimaba.
EcoBank Africa. And that is the second phase. And Thomas secure all these 2 vacancies. And take EcoBank for you. Nana.
Me.
Under John Dramani Mahama, SSNIT was financially strong. Bukom Boxing Arena. I see one no. SSNIT for any CA under John Dramani Mahama. Omun faso munya any bi anomu di CA. Akuffo Addo buy 8 years money away. Obi nkyere one project. SSNIT a finance a year. Esi one man at the first se bukum a year boxing arena. Esi one obi nkyere ye bi. Ebi no. Enti omo be manage ye. Te se ye de supporti abusua. No mo do mo nsa fa Ghana fo num hu se esi ni Ghana fo num ena soja fo etete trasako. Asoja fo trasako. No be ati trasako no no be twitwa akoyeku no ye chine akozutu no more.
Oh, Yama gold bar. O de enka no ntu. Yama gold bar.
Said the Nachas Makati K. Soja nia ono no ye makeup o twinanim. Na wakofa eye no phone na wa ye TikTok video e no de ato ono bullet obi ode no kwaji bullet se odo ne man. Never. Ene and Akuffo Addo asoja for ye corrupt than police. And Akuffo Addo asoja for omo ye corrupt than police.
They are sharing the booty.
Omo nkonko fight galamsey. Omo ko omo nyina commanders ni nyina kwaje concessions. No mutu. Omo ati o man Ghana soldier car no she eye military uniform. No omo protect galamseyers e kwaje omo sika protect omo mine anajo.
Say omo timi de omo MPP for boys ni be gumu.
Mo
and omo pamatare shem because most of them could be tabletop.
I don't know.
Omo din ni regular
yes.
Army. Yeah.
Jena upe Ghana state institutions are corruption womu a. And Tisa Rollins mo penso a soldier for no munya corrupt into mu say the politicians were perpetrating corruption or mo babe cleaning system. And the military themselves they are worse than corruption.
Me say omo ni Akuffo Addo ne che.
Say no yes we ne akwadabo ekokotoba. No abobi a hye nsem. Ubobi hye nsem a de obeji bia na ni nimu bio. Wacha mo bia bi. Wache amomu nyina anya bi. Enti wanya baako na mimi wiedu abeka. Enti the military officer commanders they are living luxury lives. Na how they be jani luxury life wo so akwa akwaji bullet. Rollins okoye ku no na all dying. He had nothing. And he had nothing to lose. We mu de omo was something to lose. Wakwaji da otrasako o team. Ompede de triple okobi. Galamsey yetu e o tubi. One them find a bon kwaji bullet mo my Ghana. What is on my Ghana? Ono fa ba say afenyo marking. Ye keska was Ghana. That's the situation you woman. And ne kwana kwa SSNIT for omo financials. West. Ye draining all the state institutions. Ye draining ye twi omo mo a we say akwa say wakwa mayanka ni akum na ntwie na yi ne wedie no enyina na ye de adua dade awom ni ahange na moja ne esone no saa na say all the Ghana state institutions saa na ye no ya hange owiem ye drop ye chese omu draining a last drop ansa no mafiri abemu na eye
ADM say suya na o pare na o said that they ko family.
O se ko yibi.
Nani na abre wa alaji so.
Ana o se ko yibi.
Alaji tanko de nani abre no so.
Chiriwia na ba no.
Abagi nnam.
Nana eye sa mane sa kenye. Se Akuffo Addo ambeye omampani a. Ame for me abanya. Me sinka Ghana for ya appreciate John Dramani Mahama ni NDC da. Se Mahama every 2016. Ano nya 4 years ni ka ho a. Ka me sinka Mahama se odi gold cry yes be jana bia se yenko so aka Ghana for any soda but time and karma amen will be with the value of John Dramani Mahama. Under John Dramani Mahama, Bank of Ghana, 8 million faswa DBC hospital. I ne esisi ho. Ene under Akuffo Addo, Bank of Ghana, e boka. E bi sida. E ka Bank of Ghana e boy just a year. SSNIT sika Mahama beji ye bosia obo ni mputujuma oye nyina Mahama sika was it no 56 billion Ghana cedis for that 4 years Mahama be president mputujuma oye akwan oyi ye schools osi ye hospitals market all this infrastructure Mahama building ye no 56 billion Ghana cedis but under Akuffo Addo just a year afi ba kupe Bank of Ghana boka 60.1 billion. SSNIT the Mahama di nyina. Under John Dramani Mahama, Cocoa Board was making profit. Cocoa Board didra enya mfaso syndicated loan. Ya moso na tse banks no bia ready e dis ba. The last loan man syndicated loan and this was about $2 billion. Cocoa Board timinyas can be to the stand say under John Dramani Mahama no establish sa eye Cocoa Road infrastructure projects. Yan first can be Cocoa Roads. Yan ton no make for free. Yan mo bonuses. Yan mo free fertilizer. And under Akuffo Addo for the past 7 consecutive years to 8 years every year be a Cocoa Board boka. ECG under John Dramani Mahama 2015-2016 they made profit and the ECG juma eboka and the state institution bia and the Akuffo Addo juma boka because ye draini ye chi mojani nyina free state institution mo na the man ye dangerous ne say na the be man na ye nika ne say semese aban sisa na say bi o twi baby nim baby try say oh this is witch hunting what that word witch hunting wo be free onu aba no ya ma de ensa before do mo ya adwuma najo ya ba witch hunt o wiakete Akuffo Addo mu foundation o male no it's not only so mo ya aban yo o mo ye in such a way say even Ghana for ebo modern to obeti o mpo a they want to sit in opposition and control the government
omo shasi training some media boys bia omodo ombaye adwuma in opposition.
Ghana for has no idea. Now they
say Akuffo Addo me who said now you can go brutish.
They have no idea. And a part of MPP's ideology. MPP's ideology is say government has no business in doing business. Say nya ban say this aban be ye bibi adi mpuntu be eye emfaso beba. So give that opportunity to private sector. Now the tax in the that's it. And whenever NPP is in power, what they do is that omo weaken state institutions. Omo making it weak. No omo establish a private one. No they are competing. Now omo state they are useless. As to speak, and the STC is still useless. Because happy birthday. And your birthday the mama konsuluma and no man penikufor and the good STC ya tonya tombo to not STC Mahama ba revive ye no or to STC no sabre ogu STC no and you this VIP ni sa buses nyina ba ye private sector go and check all these buses are running all those companies owners no belong to MPP the MPP financiers. See a weekend STC said the bay this private bus operators no ebenya access to the market. When Mahama Baya was still about reviving STC or reviving you know, the cut was so deep and then STC is still struggling. STC was picking up, MPP sabe taking over, and the STC is as dead, is as good as dead. And no call STC 4 year there was cycle. And where be no much a VIP for no and no more cratching mass will be a VIP on your STC for assassin. Ye good on your fa Okofa Ghana Airways. Ye wiki no, odomu ya nisa first, omube wiki no, obama company na boka. They will give the companies a bad name so that they can hang it. Omuma ne boka na fe ya ton ye so enye viable esika kura nim na ya ton omoton ana omakasa to enti from Ghana Airways to Ghana International Airline. MPP for no na to ye. Omanchimi asa manage enegu ye. They will weaken it. Enti eye agenda for MPP eye blueprint da ho en obi a eko. Enti womono at any given time MPP want to control the economy, control the government from opposition. They have succeeded in controlling the judiciary because judiciary, whether you like it or not, MPP will control Ghana judiciary for the next 4 decades. And in Akuffo Addo now Korea from Supreme Court to all the courts wa fili ho nyina. Chief Justice here never tena ho yi. Say nka okofa ne seniority a enka Chief Justice nkenu no so. Ko mewo baby a but Akuffo Addo ne MPP ageje hu say so okofa obi a ne retirement age eya ben 3 years 4 years a likely event MPP be lusu. Say MPP lusu na send this no power. Say nipa no call retirement it to give the then NDC government to appoint a new CJ and they don't want it. And from kofa get to Tokonu our yell much younger our better for several years. That is it. And what they have done a coup d'etat on state institutions. And tisabaya obeba nyame adum na John Dramani Mahama babaya eba. We are going I say you call full force near recover everything because the damager MPP Akuffo Addo buy ya course no akwa se watu bo etwa asuo frawo enye sada no ana se bi mpafu besi wo nemom ekire ena mpafu besi wo ye behu apotrotenten ebra nyankopɔ ya adom ne ato abati aban na MPP akɔtena opposition se NDC fo ba na omoye forensic audit on the economy anhwa amese Ghana for na kasa betie si abonten abo MPP fo fi ache nkrofo di o masem wo street mu a nobody will bother say enko court enko di wasem enko and I put it to you Ghana for na kasa will go to MPPs their various home drag them out and then no ugina ho na your first statement ni abo ko adu di atrew ye wi atuti afiri so.
All right, Mariam Adams says I hope the next NDC government will do serious judicial overhauling in the judiciary, just like Senegal has done. And I hear says Senegal near me kosu wo gidi. CM just catch there. Choboy. What for the la. What for the form?
We need 2,500.
Allah, any of the Utanya pa. Holiday where you already the patch. Listen, I see the birthday. No, yeah, fast said the name of Fanchra. Because our body aside, you send no back. Yeah, that's a brave, madam. Because I join the CMG sketch. Hey, another winner. Hello.
Hello.
Apai.
The form.
Boko. What is slow motion? Kodinya.
You better sorry. You better join. Sorry,
Mum for you to correct it. But what do you say?
200.
Pau, una chrono. It me kukuru garemuru. Aye. That's me brave. Cause I join the CMG sketch there. Star 413 hash. But I'm going to in all this our discussions, then you will hear them talking about 4 years. 4 years they John Mama the bad day. 8 years. Baumiado 8 years. Now 4 years, Mama the bad day. But they couldn't ask na 8 years na Akuffo Addo the day. Probably 8 years. Akuffo Addo day and John Mahama last 4 years will give them the answer. But going forward, Kennedy Japan raising an argument about the 4 years and 8 years. And let's go and listen to Kennedy Japan on the 4 years, 8 years.
All the
argument.
things I said has come to pass.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I played back the tape yesterday and I was like, oh wow, you know.
Yes.
Do you see yourself as the disciplinarian president one day?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
If they give me the nod. Look, you see, my policy is my term is 4 years. And therefore, any politician who thinks of the second term will not be effective. Why? Because he wants to go a second term. He cannot crack the whip. He thinks if he's strict and disciplined, the people will not vote for him. I want only one term. And the one term, the development I'll bring in this country, Ghanaians will beg me to. All the things I said has come to pass.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I played back the tape yesterday and I was like, oh wow, you know.
Yes.
Do you see yourself as the disciplinarian president one day?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
If they give me the nod. Look, you see, my policy is my term is 4 years. And therefore, any politician who thinks of the second term will not be effective. Why? Because he wants to go a second term. He cannot crack the whip. He thinks if he's strict and disciplined, the people will not vote for him. I want only one term. And the one term, the development I'll bring in this country, Ghanaians will beg me to. All the things I said has come to pass.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I played back the tape yesterday and I was like, oh wow, you know.
All right, so listen, let me start with you. Kennedy Japan analysis on 4 years and 8 years.
All right, it's a very intelligent view. Yeah, and sometimes it's me, I'm 1 second, it's me, intelligent and cogent analysis. Because sometimes, and baby, I didn't know my fan and koye, but I mean, it's human. Where do you mean a dream? Many are dream because the Constitution did not say Yema will be 8 years. And yes, I can hear after the 4 year, term no Yabema Yakotwaba. The Constitution gives every president 4 years, after which another 4 years. Now say we share 4 years now yedema amam penimfo na kwabra eti said ye bema na oba kwa aware na adweye ne se aware especially a man me kwa menche etu otubanchia onua obi wo so a onimpefe se bema no ana oba no obecho wonche wo se because odwen ne ho adwen entirima ho adwen into a certain foreseeable future no ntino oye ade a ebetimi anyini kura beyond ono ne generation and eno na account as to say obi be president 1 day 2 days 3 days 4 days 4 years 8 years what have you know anya no na hu hia o de emre ketwa bi a ebedi won nsem no nipa ne nsem no ode ye no ene hia eno na enka ken cancel so a na enka ehu se ode ice na gu cake ne so. Now I can also read that comment now make here no intelligently to know say obetimi ada also say bia or a candidate now aba say man just 4 years it is just to get you to feel say oh he doesn't need much. So if it's just about 4 years, why not let's try him? What must I say? So it is not like John Mahama asking for more. What you say? Sebaumia comes to say, oh, I just want you to, like Akuffo Addo did. Akuffo Addo used Kenya Japan's strategy. Okay, say, mo de mama mi fie nine pe, efie nine pe, or the person also. To want you to feel say it is just for a period of 4 years.
But Baumia make
now
argument.
Yes.
On what being a say.
Yes.
John over 5 years.
Very good.
Maybe if you want to say I mean
Yes.
No, I chicken for camera check. Camera check. Machicano.
Yeah, Baba. Baba. So you are able to put the two on a scale and weigh and know say one is very very light.
Machika.
More papa.
Machikano.
Oh, because his understanding is say longevity no should give him the reason to be able to achieve something or attain success. What you say? Onim say otewo akonwa ne so a e na ebema na timi aye bibi. On how shallow na adwen ye. John Mahama's case no peculiar. Or say midin fie nan ayade a Akuffo Addo mfie nwatwi. When timi anya me de me ye animu mpo kwota. And it is true. It is true. John Mahama mfie nan no Akuffo Addo cannot show even in percentage terms 10% of John Mahama's achievements. Not.
What's happening another 4 years? Crack out 12 years.
Akuffo Addo 100 years. Nema John Mahama 4 years. Ontimi and yet John Mahama did 4 years. But yet that. When I started talking about these things, people were like, I'm being exaggerative. What can I say? Me challenge the NDC say, Omonfa the 16 years under NDC no. And you ma omoaye and putu a challenge to the MPP say ye most more the way. The MPP cannot show 10% makakes here. 10% have been very magnanimous to the MPP. They cannot show 10% of achievements that NDC can boast of. Say way they cannot. 8 years under Jerry John Mills, Mahama. 8 years under Mr. Jerry John Mills,
Johnny Van
Satta Mills, and Jerry John Rawlings. 16 years, my boy. 8 years under Akuffo, plus 8 years under Akuffo Addo. Kwabra. MDC bebu mu fram. Na de bia me kan this ahoden na ise na ntwie no ya na enya temni deal. I'm trying to let them know say uhu ahoden ya na nkwase ni te say Akuffo Addo emeche nkoto slaughterhouse enku John Mahama Akuffo Addo BT no is because NDC entimi show strength. NDC so omutimi, if they go back to the Bible or the biblical knowledge about knowing thyself. Next omu who say yen NDC yen kuma say ene opa even with whatever President Akuffo did in Ashanti region opa NDC nka say the Ashanti region is the stronghold of the MPP and nkwa keke on minister whole regional minister but enioma hodo a bonumu pe NDC a friends MPP ba mu matimi aye baby okwosha asie free ye no o say Rebecca Akuffo Addo adwuma ono kwasresre sika hey Allahu Akbar Allahu Akbar Allahu Akbar.
I don't know.
Excellent. Oh wow. Eti kwabra ayadea ebe very difficult. Say yebe na unim kwabra enfie nine pe o enfie nine. Like people walk into the studios to easily without even a blink of an eye do. And you have a litany of projects, sir. John Mahama, why ya? Just you would wonder, say, if John Mahama to me, you know, to say the MRB already free. I went to Mbaya, make off na Quabra. So, Captain, you didn't know the man. Oh, already was not intentional to insult John, but it's like, what's Kanyana dia shekud was say? Already bedroom airport, I was saying, hey. Never ni saying na Akuffo Addo ban and saying what me see airport say me catch am say Akuffo Addo bet my bibi February 17 2017 already say Akuffo Addo see terminal 3 and am catch am already sa adwin we e bi fa Akuffo Addo tirimu a obebo dama ro ne ho se ne maame a obo odam bu ye no o see e wo the company sam nam say ai adwin we timi fa Akuffo Addo tirim because sa trina esi ni konso no John Mahama de no eye terabyte adwene na dem ono ne de na Pentium M eno no se nkora de bo ewo woncheni disket apa honorable kwadi wa chem ye disket what you say so kwabra enfie nine in the hands of Nyansani it's a lot. It's a lot. But Sawuma Sabi Otia Evie du Evie Aduasa. Kabra Obeko Babani etie ya. Enti many can ya adwen except to say he ought to have gone further to state say Abai afeli not because we nyam fie dodo. Fie a de ma John Mahama ne Professor Mills no. Eno bia na Akuffo Addo ne eye baomia omanyan meboa anase and Akuffo Addo no ye wo shorter days shorter nights eno ntimi emmoa emma butu nkoso so baba yes arguments ne dia na yebusa say how many hours do we have in Akuffo Addo's day and how many hours did we have in John Mahama's day if Akuffo Addo de ne swate ama say we have 12 hours in a day and Akuffo Addo near what 24 hours under John Mills and John Mahama there, then Akuffo Addo's argument or Baomia's argument will be quality. But and this idea, then Kwabna, I beg to say 4 years under John Mahama again, gonna be tumpong. It is said Yawode and Tumagwe Kra John Mahama. And it answers Oba Obeyeden. Kwabna, John Mahama Kran Tumago. One Professor Mills and Omuma Yanam Kania. Omuba never knew, near to Tiapansam. But they gave us Kente and Akuffo Addo Bao said, what? Kente we dear Fedodo. Ama me boka, me shakra, Marfo Busebusam Scadodo. And the energy in Quakekeno, John Mahama mana ye Kente. And told him to Magu Kra John Mahama, Obemana ye Kenta, my wefra, Akujabasia, one have a befuno, now the car, because I'm clubbing, say, Untuma ye fenti, a show. Enti 4 years biano e nyansa de dibu man enuntina John Mahama okay say mrebi the MPP are used to saying that John Mahama ever said in fear 9 nisha. Yes, because he was looking for some more years to do some more quality things even though he had done the best. Akuffo Addo in 8 years Akuffo Addo and Baomia they can't attain 10% and you know all right is that
thank you so the issue of 4 years 8 years but someone also brought in here on Facebook is this guy talking about the failed corrupt and incompetent John Mahama who was booted out of office by close to 1 million votes. It's just a waste of time and Ghanaians for time disgracefully.
John Mahama's incompetence is Akuffo Addo's competence. No. One text message, no problem. But there is an answer to it.
They are participating.
John Mahama's incompetence is Akuffo Addo's competence.
All right. Now, one of the dangerous things people have refused to realize is that MPP trying to paint a picture as if someone who only had 4 years, just like Mahama, shouldn't be given a chance again. This does nothing but subconsciously makes leaders consider doing whatever it takes to stay in till 8 years. Okay, so what Kwesi is trying to communicate is that there are no news or 8 years, no dear. Jimmy no say bono hueni. But the news or 4 years, no. When you send him resa.
Yes.
And or yeni or crack a whip or crack it. Or no time no so.
When you say your best studio na juma na a cow mreka krebia. Which because a chale emresa and mummy
yeah. Because I say Okoboko, but Ubi we are anyway, so Chasakura is in Yamana.
Story OTCC no a platform my friend PENDREAM TV and I uti story no na feedback we hear and story our tea no any story be our platform no so be our tea our pese my feedback no fafa WhatsApp message or WhatsApp number 0277128777 na yebebo e wo PENDREAM FM Ghana for nyina ate wonka
Debi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases PENDREAM TV